Welcome to the Tim Booker channel, where wisdom deserves to be shared. Wishing you a pleasant listening experience. Hello, and welcome to Tune In Every Day. In this episode, we'll be decoding Smarter, Faster, Better. This book primarily discusses how to genuinely enhance team efficiency by changing thought patterns. We often come across many tips to improve efficiency, such as effective planning, distinguishing priorities, boosting execution, and the art of summarization, among others. All of these make sense in theory. However, in practice, the results are often less than ideal. What exactly is efficiency? Is it about time management? Is it increasing output per unit of time? Or does it require a strong execution capability? In the author's perspective in this book, these widely accepted principles may not capture the core essence of efficiency. As the saying goes, strike the snake at 7 inches. If you can't grasp the essence, merely learning surface-level efficiency techniques will leave you struggling with low productivity. This book draws from numerous cases of highly efficient individuals and companies in various fields across the United States, and summarizes several key secrets to achieving team efficiency. These include igniting motivation, fostering teamwork, maintaining focus, setting goals, and exercising control, among others. While these secrets are mostly well-known elements, author Charles Duhigg provides unique insights and detailed analysis. More importantly, the author believes that despite the abundance of efficient techniques, limited techniques alone cannot solve all issues of low efficiency. Whether you are efficient or not depends more on the thought patterns you choose and how you process information. Therefore, constructing an efficient thought pattern is the true ace of efficient individuals. The author of this book, Charles Duhigg, is a business investigative reporter for the New York Times and a Pulitzer Prize winner. This award, often referred to as the Nobel of the journalism world, is the highest honor a journalist can receive in their field. His previous bestseller, The Power of Habit, was one of the hottest business books of 2003. Looking at the author's educational background, you'll find a bachelor's degree in history from Yale University and a master's in business administration from Harvard Business School. Combine this with his professional habits as a journalist, and you get a unique blend of the latest findings from neuroscience, psychology, and behavioral economics in his writing. Every conclusion is backed by robust experimental data and cases. In the author's view, efficiency is about recognizing opportunities that others often overlook and then altering our thought patterns. When people start thinking differently, true efficiency emerges. Here, I'll mainly share with you the 4 conceptual words about efficiency from this book: control, team norms, mental models, and innovation. Let's delve into these concepts one by one. First, let's talk about the first conceptual word, control. Many times, people find it hard to muster enthusiasm for anything, whether in their family life or in their work and studies. When efficiency is low, this isn't surprising. According to the author, in such situations, there are generally 2 ways to improve efficiency. The first is to increase one's control over the situation, and the second is to imbue actions with greater meaning. Imagine your car is stuck on the highway, and you spot an exit. Even if taking that exit means a longer detour, you would want to take it. When we have the ability to control the situation, our brains get excited, and we're willing to take detours because everything is within our grasp. If you want to ignite your own or someone else's motivation, this tactic works wonders. The key is to make choices that give you a sense of control, no matter what you're facing. For instance, if you're dealing with a pile of tedious emails, you can choose to read one email that interests you first. If you're working on a task, you can start from any part that piques your interest. If you need to meet with someone you don't particularly like, you can proactively choose the meeting place. We prove to ourselves that we can control the situation through the choices we make, and motivation naturally arises. Actually, it's not about the specific choices we make, it's about having control. Once you have this approach, your self-motivation continually strengthens. The key is to believe that you can control your behavior and the external environment. There's an interesting study about nursing homes, discussing how elderly residents vary greatly in their well-being. You may wonder why some elderly individuals can maintain their vitality, while others experience rapid physical and cognitive decline. The study found that the biggest difference between these 2 groups lies in their ability to resist the rigid schedules and fixed routines in nursing homes. For example, some residents would defy the nursing home's rules and rearrange their rooms and furniture without seeking assistance from the staff, even though the staff offered help with rearranging furniture. These elderly individuals believed they didn't need any help or permission. These actions may seem insignificant, but they demonstrate the inner strength of these residents who still strongly desire to control their lives. In reality, these rebellious elderly individuals walk twice as much as others, eat more, and are better at taking medication and going to the gym on schedule. After moving into the nursing home, they feel more positive and mentally active than before. Making decisions is a way to prove one's sense of control. People hope to have the freedom of choice, no matter how inconsequential the decisions may be, as it reinforces our sense of control. The second approach is to imbue actions with greater meaning. When starting a new task or facing a task you dislike, asking yourself, why, can make a difference. Why should you run every day, resist the urge to check your phone, reply to that email, or fulfill a colleague's request? When we start asking, why, seemingly mundane tasks become more meaningful and valuable. We feel a significant emotional reward from these small tasks because they signify meaningful choices we make, making us feel truly in control of our lives. When we realize that replying to emails or helping colleagues, while seemingly unimportant, are things we actively choose to do and want to accomplish, motivation arises. Consider a story about the Marine Corps. The Marines are renowned as an elite force in the United States, distinct from regular soldiers and sailors. In one battle, the Marines are the first to arrive and the last to leave. In challenging combat environments, it's crucial for them to make independent decisions and choose the best course of action. However, Marine Corps leaders noticed that in recent years, new recruits generally lacked purpose and only aimed to get by in the service. During physical training, many recruits couldn't endure the intensity, leading to instances of nausea and fainting. Some soldiers contemplated quitting. In these moments, instructors would ask them to ask themselves, why are you here? Soldiers provided various answers, some wanting to provide a better life for their families, while others sought to prove themselves to their fathers. Those who answered this question mostly re-engaged in training, and the instructor's approach proved effective. So, the author suggests that linking a challenging task to a meaningful goal can transform it into a meaningful decision, igniting motivation. The choices we make not only reflect our sense of control but also affirm our values and objectives. Choosing to assert a small degree of control in a nursing home can rejuvenate a person. Opting to join the Marine Corps can be a way to express love for one's family and prove oneself. When we can transform tasks into meaningful choices and believe in our ability to control our lives, efficiency naturally improves. For a business to enhance efficiency and empower employees with control, it means delegating decision-making authority to those who can directly solve problems. The key to the success of the Toyota production system lies in decentralizing decision-making. Frontline workers often identify problems first and are the ones most knowledgeable about the assembly of engine components, as well as any minor defects that occur during the production process. By giving them the maximum power to find solutions, it becomes the most efficient approach. New United Motors Manufacturing Incorporated, NUMMI, a company taught in Harvard Business School, follows a similar philosophy. They produce Chevrolet vehicles. They listen to every employee's opinions and suggestions, regardless of how far-fetched or beyond budget they may seem. If implementation isn't possible, management explains openly. Each team has the authority to change workstation layouts or workflow processes. On the production line, workers can halt production when problems arise and only resume after resolving them. Some might worry that granting decision-making authority to employees carries significant risks. Programmers at the FBI, for instance, might design erroneous computer programs independently, potentially affecting investigations. However, in the author's view, the benefits of empowering employees with control far outweigh potential losses. If employees aren't given the opportunity to make mistakes, it's the greatest loss for the company. So, in summary, the first key concept, control, involves enhancing the sense of control over situations and assigning greater meaning to actions, both of which can effectively boost our efficiency. With that said, let me share the second key concept with you, which is called team norms. Google, a company consistently ranked as one of the best employers by Fortune magazine for 6 consecutive years, has always prioritized the relationship between employee happiness and efficiency, even at the cost of extensive research. They have a dedicated team of HR analysts who have conducted a massive project to explore how teams can become more efficient. Contrary to common belief that having smart and capable individuals automatically makes a team efficient, Google's HR analysts discovered through numerous case studies that the composition of individuals in a team is not the critical factor affecting its efficiency. Instead, it's the team norms that play a pivotal role. Team norms refer to the traditions, behavioral standards, and unwritten rules that a team follows. Some teams allow interruptions during discussions, while others strictly adhere to taking turns when speaking. Some celebrate birthdays and engage in a few minutes of chit-chat before meetings, while others focus directly on the agenda. These are all manifestations of team norms. They determine whether we experience a sense of safety or threat, exhaustion or enthusiasm, vitality or frustration within a team. Effective team norms are what have enabled Google to have highly efficient teams. However, a surprising phenomenon was observed by a Harvard University study. It found that the stronger the team cohesion, the higher the error rate. Researchers visited various hospital wards and reviewed medical error reports from 2 Boston hospitals, revealing a shocking number of mistakes such as nurses administering the wrong medication or incorrect injections happening daily. This was not due to a lack of competence among healthcare professionals but rather due to the complexity of hospital work. A single patient often involves more than 20 doctors and nurses, and the more people involved, the greater the likelihood of errors. The unexpected conclusion was that it wasn't the tightly disciplined star teams that had high error rates, it was the result of creating a tolerant and open environment. Doctors and nurses could discuss errors openly, making them more willing to acknowledge and correct their own mistakes. On the other hand, teams with loose cohesion that treated errors as taboo ended up concealing their mistakes, making their apparent error rates lower but causing more significant underlying issues. So, you might wonder, what makes a team norm most important? In the author's view, all exceptional teams share 2 characteristics. Firstly, every member has the opportunity to speak up. Team members can expose their vulnerabilities, freely offer suggestions, and voice their opinions without fear of punishment. These norms foster a sense of belonging among team members. Team members feel psychologically safe, knowing they won't be embarrassed, excluded, or penalized for expressing their viewpoints. As long as everyone has a chance to speak, the team can collaborate effectively. However, if only a few individuals have the opportunity to speak, the collective intelligence of the team diminishes. Secondly, exceptional team members exhibit higher social sensitivity. Each member genuinely cares about others' feelings. Most people excel at gauging the true thoughts of others through tone of voice, facial expressions, and more, actively empathizing with and adapting to the feelings of others. Although team members don't need to become best friends, cultivating social sensitivity is crucial. You should understand how to listen to others' thoughts and express your own more effectively. The best strategy for establishing team norms is for team leaders to lead by example. Leaders should make each team member feel that their thoughts are valued and occasionally say, "I might have missed something, please remind me." They can also encourage less articulate members to express their viewpoints. Additionally, during meetings, it's essential not to interrupt team members arbitrarily but instead summarize after someone has spoken to show respect for the speaker. These seemingly minor details can have a tremendous impact on team members. Some might argue that with so much work to do, allowing everyone to speak is time-consuming. Allowing those who are most knowledgeable about the situation to speak can lead to quick decisions and improved efficiency. However, through extensive research, the author has proven that allowing everyone in the team to freely express their viewpoints and fostering psychological safety, while it may temporarily consume more time, ultimately leads to higher team efficiency in the long run. So, to recap, the second key concept, team norms, revolves around creating a sense of psychological safety for every team member, naturally resulting in increased efficiency. Next, I'd like to share the third key concept with you, called mental models. Why do some people remain calm and focused in chaotic environments while others seem bewildered? Why can some individuals make the right choices under pressure, while others become indecisive? The author illustrates this with a story about a nurse. In the neonatal intensive care unit, where many premature babies or infants with minor birth injuries are cared for, nurses face the challenging task of determining which babies need attention. It's not an easy task because seemingly healthy premature babies can suddenly fall ill, and sick infants can sometimes recover without any noticeable symptoms. So, nurses need to continuously choose where to direct their attention, the crying baby, the silent one, or the medical equipment constantly producing data. One nurse named Dari passed by an incubator with a baby inside, and all the indicators attached to the baby showed normal vital signs. However, Dari had a feeling that something was amiss. She noticed slight discoloration on the baby's skin, some abdominal swelling, and a skin tone that wasn't typical for a newborn. Dari immediately alerted the attending physician and recommended a thorough examination. The results revealed that the child was in the early stages of sepsis, a potentially fatal systemic inflammatory response caused by infection. Thanks to timely medical intervention, the baby's life was saved. But how did Dari detect the issue? She admitted that it was because she had a mental image of what a healthy baby should look like in her mind. The sick baby didn't match that mental image, so she focused her attention on the abnormal details rather than being misled by the automated readings showing normal values. You see, individuals who excel at managing their attention share a common trait. They have a habit of mentally creating images of what they expect to see in various situations. Psychologists call this habitual predictive thinking, constructing mental models. Efficient individuals construct highly specific mental models. For imagined conversations and tasks, they can envision more details, making it easier for them to decide what to pay attention to and what to ignore. They have their vision of the future, so when reality conflicts with their predictions, they quickly focus on what's genuinely important. Efficient employees in organizations also share some common characteristics. Firstly, they handle a maximum of 5 tasks simultaneously while working, a reasonable and manageable workload. Some employees attempt to juggle 10 to 12 tasks simultaneously, resulting in a scattered focus and less than ideal outcomes. Secondly, efficient employees are selective in their task choices, often favoring projects in their early stages. They limit themselves to 5 tasks because new projects require significant time to learn about new colleagues and acquire new skills. Although these projects involve facing many unknowns and risks, early-stage projects often contain a wealth of information. By participating early, they gain insights into the company's new strategies and developments, providing a fresh perspective that helps them with their other work. Lastly, they have another common trait: they are storytellers, often passionately explaining to colleagues why some projects progress smoothly while others lag. They are continually narrating their observations and thoughts, in essence, constructing new models. They try to understand how to combine information for better results. These individuals, skilled in allocating their attention and habitually creating new models, often earn higher incomes and achieve better results. So, to practice building mental models and cultivate the habit of storytelling is a valuable approach. It can be done anytime, anywhere. For instance, during your commute to work, you can envision how to open a meeting or what viewpoints you'd present in a discussion about a recent project. When you attend meetings or share a meal, describe to yourself what you observe and the significance behind it. If you aim to improve your interactions with children, imagine what you'd say during dinner to help them better, anticipating what they might miss or misunderstand. Many excellent pilots practice storytelling exercises before flights, repeatedly asking themselves, what if this happens? How will I respond? When the unexpected occurs, they can quickly react with the mental models they've constructed. Our everyday lives are not so different from pilots in their cockpit. For example, during a meeting, if your boss suddenly asks for your input, your brain rapidly shifts from passive listening mode to active thinking mode, right? But if you haven't constructed a mental model, your ability to think clearly in that situation might be limited, resulting in inadequate responses that don't reflect your true capabilities. So, in such situations, the practice of storytelling through mental models becomes incredibly useful. It allows your mind to quickly focus on the key points. To sum up, the third key concept, mental models, involves constructing robust mental models, which enhance the effectiveness of our attention and decision-making processes. Next, let's delve into the final key concept, innovation. Disney's movie, Frozen, is a highly successful animated film that won the Best Animated Feature at the Oscars in 2014. However, its internal test version faced severe criticism before its public release. Audiences found the plot cliché and unemotional, leading the screenwriters to repeatedly revise the script. With just a year and a half left before the official release, factoring in post-production and promotional periods, time was incredibly tight for creative work. The challenge was how to ignite the team's creativity before the final deadline. As the deadline for creative work neared, the discussions within the creative team were reaching their conclusion. However, the producer realized that the screenwriters had developed several different storylines within the movie, with multiple stories colliding and containing excellent elements, yet they hadn't integrated these elements into a coherent narrative. The film lacked a central core. The producer encouraged everyone to blend their personal experiences with the film's narrative, incorporating each person's genuine emotions into the fictional scenes of the animation. The anxious screenwriters had no choice but to envision themselves as characters within the story, feeling the joys and sorrows of the protagonists. As a result, when the plot and the screenwriter's genuine emotions merged, the entire story gained a clear emotional thread. You see, combining two different domains in a novel way, as exemplified here, is an effective form of innovation. Think about familiar products like a water bottle with a built-in shampoo-like nozzle, a design that combines a kettle with a leak-proof spout. Or consider bicycle helmets, which were developed by noticing that the shape of a boat's hull can withstand strong impacts and then applying this insight to head protection gear. Highly creative individuals often serve as intermediaries between various fields, applying concepts from one domain to another. As Steve Jobs once said, creative people feel embarrassed when they're asked how they did it because they didn't do much, they just observed a lot and then connected their experiences to create something new. The ability to do this is often a result of having richer experiences or the capacity to reflect deeply on those experiences. In reality, all of us have the potential for creativity, but at times, it requires a certain pressure to push us to unleash it. The inventor of post-it notes, for instance, was a chemical engineer who found his bookmarks kept falling out while reading. To solve this annoyance, he came up with a bookmark that could stick to the page. The creator of infant formula was an exhausted father who had to mix various infant nutrients into milk every night while his crying baby waited impatiently. So, he decided to tweak the formula to make his life easier. These innovators used their everyday lives as creative materials, with real-world needs driving them to apply old concepts in new contexts. Therefore, to enhance the efficiency of innovation, it's crucial to do two things. First, pay attention to your personal experiences and your feelings toward things. This helps you distinguish between clichés and genuine insights. Only when your own experiences resonate can you genuinely move others. Second, if you feel pressure and fear during the innovation process, don't be afraid. This moderate disruption can be a useful companion. Anxiety can push us to view old ideas from entirely new perspectives. The key to overcoming this challenge is to reevaluate the conventional methods you believe are effective and use them to solve new problems. Alright, so that's about it for today's discussion. Now, let's briefly summarize the 4 key concepts of efficiency I've shared with you. The first key concept is control. Enhancing our sense of control over situations and infusing actions with greater meaning can effectively improve our efficiency. The second key concept is team norms. Effective team norms create a sense of psychological safety for every team member, naturally boosting efficiency. The third key concept is mental models. Building a strong mental model enables us to swiftly pinpoint crucial elements, making our work more efficient. The fourth key concept is innovation. Highly creative individuals often serve as intermediaries between fields, adept at applying concepts from one domain to another to enhance efficiency. Alright, that's a wrap for today's content. Congratulations, you've just finished another book. Thank you for your support and attention. Please subscribe to the Tim Booker channel. Like and share with your family and friends. Wisdom is worth spreading, paving the way for a brighter future. Thank you, and goodbye.